all day. Money, power, respect. 3 the hard way.
What up, world? Welcome back to 3 the Hard Way TV. Y'all be sure to hit that subscribe button. Y'all be sure to hit that notification bell for future shows. We want to thank y'all for coming out and rocking with us right now, man. Stay tuned. The show gonna be very entertaining. On today's show, we got the beautiful Bree Bree. What up? CJ. What up,
What's good?
Gus?
What's good? What's good?
My brother, Jeff. Cracking, son.
Chilling.
My brother, Real. We're making up the panel tonight on the show. On today's show, we talking about the Black Lives Matter. The Black Lives Matter movement. What Black Lives Matter mean to you. Do you believe that we should keep using the term Black Lives Matter? I see a lot of people saying that. And you know, anything else, any other questions y'all got about Black Lives Matter, we just gonna toss it around and, you know, give our different opinions and our different thoughts on things. But I'm gonna start off by saying this right now, right? The Black Lives Matter, I've had some time to think about this, right? You know, how it's Black Lives Matter this, Black Lives Matter that. They painted in the middle of the streets now and different things like that. The one thing that I would say that I've had time to think about it now is that I don't think there was a lot of thought put into the name Black Lives Matter. And I'm gonna tell you why I think this, because I think it should have been Black Lives Matter too. You know, because I think that's one of the things that's enraging some of these racist folks or these closet racists. When they hear Black Lives Matter, they just right away just assume we as a black race are saying fuck everyone else. But if we took it a step further, added that extra word of Black Lives Matter too, maybe some of these dumbass motherfuckers would get it. You know what I'm saying? Because majority of them get it, but some of them don't. And you know, it's just the simple fact that everybody just don't get things on the same level as you sometimes. When you try to break stuff down to people, you know, it might sink in later. You know, they might have to go to jail for what they believe in, like the lady that was painting over it. I know y'all saw the video, she painted over the Black Lives Matter with black paint. But it's like, the words are still there, you idiot. You just painted it. The yellow words. She got charged with a hate crime, her and the guy.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know, like, you know, they save money. I don't know where that money goes to. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how any other non-profit organization, they list the CEO and all this different stuff and show you where the money go to. Oh, we giving out book bags, we giving out turkeys, we doing this, we doing that. I don't know what the BlackLivesMatter.com is doing.
I didn't know it was a BlackLivesMatter.com.
Yeah, where you can make donations and different things like that. I don't know what any of the charitable contributions are going to. So that's where my confusion comes in with the Black Lives Matter. Like I'm just, is it gonna be a statement or is it gonna be something that gives back to black people or the black community? So I'm confused. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, the little bit I do know about, I don't know how far this stemmed, but the original hashtag, I never followed it. And I'm black in every aspect of the word. I know my history. I believe in voodoo, all that. I'm black. But I just have a problem with 2 Jewish men starting it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why we ain't started? But nobody want to talk about that. And nobody want to believe. I'm like, Google the shit. They're Jewish. And see, the thing that I rock with it, because one of my best friends from high school, she Jewish. And I feel like Jewish people are the most relatable set of Caucasians to African Americans, you know what I'm saying, as far as the genocide and shit that they had, you know, that they history hold. So, like, I get it. Why they probably feel like, okay, we got this platform, this money, we gon' boom, hashtag Black Lives Matter. But why if now that hashtag Black Lives Matter is a thing, where was all these activists before they started the hashtag? Why they wasn't one of the ones that started the hashtag? They didn't. Yeah, they probably didn't pass it off into the hands of some black people before people start getting the dig and seeing who was behind it, so they couldn't find them. But you know what I'm saying? So that was my thing from the jump. But it's like I feel like the black community got a lot more to think about and don't want to put it. I feel like everything that we need to adjust in the black community needs to be implemented into this movement in 2020. Everybody, like, for me, I done had friends tell me, like, when I was posting Black Trans Lives Matter, don't try to sway it. Sway what, bitch? Because I am a black man and black. So if these motherfuckers kill me, whether they see me as a female, a nigga, or what, they just got three options at this point. So yeah, it's not about swaying it. Everything needs to become an issue. Every issue in this problem needs to be addressed with this platform. The world literally is watching this. The world.
And you know what else? You know what else too? This is my main thing here. Besides not knowing where the charitable contributions go, my main thing with the Black Lives is, why don't Black Lives matter to black people? Now I know, like, people gonna be like, oh, that's crazy. You sound crazy. Different shit like that, right? In a 5-week span, right? We went from George Floyd being murdered, before him, Breonna, and countless other people in between the time. Well, motherfuckers got so fed up, they went to protesting. They went to rioting. Then they went to looting. Then they went to defund all police in America. Right back to throughout this fucking country. We are killing each other at such an unprecedented rate. Since that happened, it almost makes look like all the shit that we did in those 4 weeks, it makes it look like it just undone. You know, it was done for no fucking reason. And here in Chicago, we just had a motherfucking 6-month-old baby die like 2 days ago.
Listen.
From gunfire. It's fucking ridiculous out here, man.
Cause it's crazy that you asked me to come on this particular episode, cause like the week Floyd died, not in Franklin County, but in Macomb, like where we go to the Walmart and the grocery store, like 6 niggas the same week. The same week George Floyd died. Killed like 6 in the same neighborhood. I'm like, but everybody in Macomb riding around with Black Lives Matter stickers. I'm like, oh, I guess I don't know. Real talk.
Yeah, I think that to address 2 of the things, like with that thing, I think it's a psychological effect of like us killing each other because like of course we could say that all of us in the same areas go kill each other and kill something, but I look at it like this: like let's say I come to your house, Deion. So we've been knowing each other so long, I'm like your kid's uncle. But if your kids do something and I whoop their ass, you gonna be like, come on, man, don't whoop my kid's ass. Let me do that. And I look at it the same way. Like black people look at like, oh, no police ain't gonna come in here and kill us, but it's okay.
But it's okay for
so
me.
It's a psychological effect. It's just like, how dare a white motherfucker do that to us, even if they're police, right? How dare that happen to one of us? But we don't look at it like that because we like, this is us. This is us. So this is mine. This is my people. I could do that. But you outside of motherfuckers ain't gonna come in and do that. So I think 1 is like a psychological thing. And then 2, with that Black Lives Matter, like it's so crazy when you try to find out stuff about Black Lives Matter, like y'all saying. Who knows where the money going to anything?
This shit is hidden, bro.
But the 3 ladies who supposedly found it was 3 black ladies, right? But we know at first they were saying 2 Jewish men, right? But now when you try to search it or whatever, it's these 3 ladies who come up and say they found it in 2013. One of them went to school right here in Arizona, right? 2 of the ladies is part of the LBGT community. So they originally, they were supposed to be against police and the rights of LBG. But all of a sudden, they seem like they dropped that part of it, and they just kind of show up when it's like police brutality. the problem I got with Black Lives Matter, and I'm also like somebody come down the front, but they kind of remind me of Ben Crump. Have y'all ever noticed every time a black person get killed, Ben Crump show up, that lawyer, right? He the one who be getting all these families $10 million, but it's like, what's $10 million to these people lost their life? And I feel like Black Lives Matter, they show up when the police kill us or something, but where are they like to help fund these neighborhoods and make our neighborhoods better? Like, what really matters to them?
That's what I'm saying. Where's the money, bro? Like,
and instead of defunding the police, some of their donation money could be going into better training, better enforcement, better recruitment. So
police and community relations, where they should have some once a week town hall meetings and different things of that sort to let them know, hey, look, we human beings too. We know y'all got a family, y'all want to go home to them. You know what I'm saying? But at night, I want to go home too, motherfucker. Don't shoot me because my hand in my pocket.
Right. Yeah, and then people been saying that too. I ain't never known no nigga kill a nigga because he was black. That you shouldn't even be looking at it like that, because it don't matter what color he is. If a man ain't did nothing wrong, you killing niggas because niggas getting killed for getting the last pair of Jordans out the store. Are you serious? Like, that's really like. Nobody should lose their life for no shit like that, period. And like my thing, like I was telling them when I moved up here, like it was crazy, bro. Everybody, where you from? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm from Mississippi. Oh my God, like motherfuckers was feeling sorry for me. Like I made it to the promised land type shit, like real talk.
You know they say Mississippi is the poorest state in the country.
And the thing is, when you put Mississippi next to everywhere else in the country, it is. But put the motherfucking counties in competition with each other. That's old white folk. And like I told them when the boy ran for sheriff back home, black boy, he was number 24. The sheriff the sheriff retired. So they was having 2 new candidates, you know what I'm saying, type of shit. I'm like, nigga, it's black people who ain't vote for you. Yeah, y'all talking about all the white people. No, you crazy as hell. All the races, like I was telling you before we went on, bro, Google Franklin County, Mississippi, and learn about your hometown before you start trying to black life the world. I'm telling you, like, my mama cousin was the sheriff. Like I told you, my mama had white. They killed her cousin because he let the FBI come in and investigate Henry D. and Charles Moore kidnapping. They killed him and put another sheriff in place. And when he started being nice to black people, they killed his ass too. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they said that he gave his life for 4 hostages. But he got a wife and kids at home, and the hostages was grown ass men. So y'all couldn't just beat this other one. So how one grown ass man kidnapped 4 other equally sized grown ass men, and then the sheriff sacrificed his life for these 4 grown ass men? Ain't no fucking way. You know what I'm saying? But they tried to cover his up. But my mama cousin, who was the sheriff, they just talked like, we killed that motherfucker. We took him in the woods and killed him. Like real time, it's history there. So motherfuckers was like real life feeling sorry for me, but it's so much bread there. It's black businesses in Franklin County. Sure, look at sure, the white people and everybody fuck with Cheryl. My sister in Hattiesburg, she do all her beads and her oil, essential oils. My mama got a whole ministry, a whole food pantry where she fund herself, and she do get donations, but she started it herself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's plenty black businesses down there, plenty. But one of the ladies down there, her name Dr. Vaughn. Dr. Vaughn, she the head of the agricultural chair at Alcorn. Damn near every rental property you gonna try to rent in Franklin County, her daddy owned. Like, it ain't even that. So it's like motherfucker had a misconception. They ain't. That's why the South riding for what they ride for. They not with that shit because they got money. You know what I'm saying? They do. They got that.
So Bree, Bree, what's your thoughts on the Black Lives Matter? Got any thoughts, any confusions, any problems?
No, I do feel like Black Lives Matter should be a movement. I also feel like Black lives should matter to Black people. we have to learn how to treat ourselves before we can demand the treatment of others.
Right.
I would not agree with the Black Lives Matter too, because I come from a stance of, I seen this and it just really put a thought into process. I don't think that saying Black Lives Matter disassociate any other race, any other ethnicity background. It doesn't disassociate any of that. What is screaming is that if my skin color threatens you, why do you feel that you can take my life? That's what I believe that Black Lives Matter stand behind. And my thing is this: everybody on here got kids or affiliation with a kid, and you at their funeral, and you're doing their eulogy, and you're telling them how your child was so sweet, your child was so special, and someone come up to that microphone and say, all kids are sweet, all children are special, would you still have that same energy when, if I'm up here doing a eulogy about my child because I'm speaking on my child, why should we disassociate what I'm doing right now because I'm not speaking on other people? So
Right.
I feel like that's a selfish moment for people to disassociate. Oh, Black lives matter, all lives matter. No, they do matter. All of us matter because we help shape and make what this world is, what this country is. We all are a melting pot. We all work together for a common goal, whatever that goal may be. However, it's coming to the point where, again, we tired of asking, we tired of pleading, we tired of compromising. Again, I even just putting that 2 on there. Again, okay, we still gonna compromise. No, it is what the fuck it is, and that's just period.
Hey, that's why I was that's why I was saying some of us don't get it, but some motherfuckers do. Like I got no problem with it. I got no problem with it being.
You gotta stop being sensitive to everybody else's feelings and your feelings because you're raising Black men as well and can
Absolutely.
be subject to the same thing.
Absolutely.
So just because, and then again, it's a contradictory because we can't say that all lives matter because when the white boy went in there and killed 7 to 8 Black people inside of a church, he was put on a bulletproof vest.
And took him to Burger King.
You telling me somebody who resisted arrest or somebody who was walking away from you or you felt disrespected because you were a badge of the law that you felt like their life should be taken. That's the whole point. People gotta, just as well as everybody want us to see past color and we're human and we're all one race and we're one band, one sound, and everybody ain't saying that same shit. And Black people gotta stop being the lay me down by the riverside ass people, because that's what we've been. That's why we've been in a fucking, we just new slaves. We just ain't shackled. We still new slaves, falling victim to other bullshit, okay, that they putting out here, and they're making sure that we're losing whatever way that it is. All these shits is traps. All this shit is all by design. And it gotta come to the point where we gotta stop motherfucking asking. I feel the same way if a person or a child or just like old girl, she got tired of that man raping her, beating her, and she blew his motherfucking head off, you gonna get tired. And I don't understand how we keep going through centuries after centuries and we are not getting tired. I know for a fact that I'm my ancestors' wildest dreams. But
that's a fact.
I should not feel like I am reluctant or scared to bring another child into the world because they're already wrote off. It's conversations that's unnecessarily that I have to have with my child because he's a young man, he's bigger than what he is, and on top of that, he looks like
You muted. You still muted.
Right, I thought my headphones down.
Go ahead.
I I started conversations that I have to have with my child that John that stay across the street of Oak Park doesn't have to have with Bill when it comes to certain stops. I feel like I have to shelter my kid on because I just don't know what can happen. He literally lives a 6-box radius from once his elementary school, and that was the shortest time. That's the shortest length, but the longest time for something to happen to him. Whether it just be random, whether it just be the police. He has been, I mean, he'll be in a full uniform, and because kids are in a store and the police is posted on Central and Lake, now they want to pat everybody down because kids coming from high schools, kids coming from other elementary schools. But what are you messing with them? Why? That should not be on that mind that I feel like I'm going to get antagonized. And it's to the point where my godsons, they're 8 and 6. And when they see the police, they're like, you're not going to hurt us, are you? That's sad. Because I bet you John, little Johnny, when he sees the police, he, I want to be you when I grow up.
Hey, that's what I was talking about.
That's not the same logic.
So
it's different.
What? Go ahead.
I'm finished.
Okay. What do you feel about black on? Well, I hate to use the term black on black crime because facts show that you kill what's next to you anyway. I don't give a fuck if you're Chinese, you white, you whatever. You know what I'm saying? I feel like what do you feel like the importance of the Black Lives Matter movement towards us turning the gun on one another? How do you feel like they could play a more pivotal role and helping us with that?
I think again, I would say because these are two different, I feel like they should have a dabble into what it is, but we don't want to lose sight of, is this just a whole movement for Black people as one culture, as one race, as one ethnicity, or are we just socializing?
That's where my confusion comes in. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's why I'm trying to get out right now.
Socializing a specific group of people that's supposed to serve and protect us, who are using the badge as their own personal shield or their personal ticket to use Black people as target practice. So that's two different things, because we got to find out what's going on in our community that's causing to say, Lil Ray, why he want to go kill June. We got to find out the root of the problem. And the police ain't the root of the problem. It could be a stepped on shoe. It could be $10 more than the next motherfucker. It could be just, I hate this motherfucker because everybody loves them. It could be, we don't know what the social problem is. But for Black Lives Mattering to people under the law that have gotten their lives taken, that's something totally different. That's something totally separate, totally different, because it's also within psychological. Why are we taking 2 years to be certified cosmetologists to do someone's hair, but you're giving somebody 6 months of training to learn a whole law that they don't even know, and they're scared?
Man,
because you have to go and protect these people that you're going to these 6 months of training. And my thing is this: if I'm scared of tigers, you're not going to make me a Tiger King. If I can't work with animals, I'm not going to be a ringmaster of this circus, because that's something mentally that I cannot do. So if that is the case, again, bridging those gaps, seeing where the disconnects is, seeing and going to these communities where you can, okay, I know who that kid is, I can go talk to him. Because half the time these kids just need somebody to talk to their ass, but everybody wants to get up, put on a taser, put on a bulletproof vest, and think that they are above the law. And I'm not just saying that this is just white cops doing it to black cops. Black cops do it too. White cops do it to other white kids too. I seen a whole man gunned down because of what somebody seen a taser, a pellet gun for rodents and they said he had some other AK, and he telling them, "You shut up, you gonna listen to me." Killed Timmy and his girlfriend right on the floor.
Yeah.
And there was a white cop up in Arizona that did this same thing to a white guy that lost his life unnecessarily. So where is the disconnect? That's where we need between law enforcement, who's supposed to be a first responder, who's supposed to serve and protect. Those are things and oaths that you decided to take. And you about to wake up every morning prepared to die, because that is the job that you choose to do. And it's okay. The same mindset that the people have in the motherfucking military. If I'm going to go enlist myself, I got to know there is a chance that I may not come back to this motherfucker. You have to program yourself that way.
Exactly.
I think that
Jeff,
I think well, he still on that shit. He ain't saying nothing. Where you at, Jeff?
I'm on.
You're also Black Lives Matter, my boy.
Shit, man. Everything matters. On that note, I think they should put Black Lives Matter on everything, like downtown on the floor, a sign on the street signs, all that type of sign. But it do matter, but black people still killing blacks, so shit just looking crazy. And
Yeah.
that's powerful though. Black Lives Matter. It is a powerful word, but it's a lot of stuff to it though.
Do you think the people that run the Black Lives Matter is doing enough to help black people?
No, they're not.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so. I think they need to do more. I think black
Why
people.
not we can't do more?
I'm gonna give you my real take on all this shit, Black Lives Matter and black people.
Go ahead.
Once Jeff done, go ahead, Jeff.
No, I'm done.
Okay. So I think the first issue, right, with us as black people, right? Why do we feel we always need some type of organization or some leader, right? It ain't no Mexican leaders out here creating a Hispanic Lives Matter, right? And I think our major problem is we so accepting of any little thing that they give us, right? Like anybody to go to church, what they tell you, you when you go to heaven, you gonna receive all the riches in the world, and we expect that. We like, cool, we accept poverty, right? So we accept Black Lives Matter to come in and say, hey, this is what we gonna do about police, and we okay with that. And we never hold anybody accountable, right? We never hold anybody who say they come with us accountable. We've been trying to wait for Jeff to do his thing. Okay. So we've been had like Farrakhan and what's the other dude name? Al Sharpton. All these motherfuckers been around.
Jesse Jackson.
But we ain't holding nobody accountable. You know, just for instance, like y'all was saying, the violence in Chicago. We know when we grew up, it was violence, right? But we don't expect we saying why Black Lives Matter ain't showing up, but you know why they ain't showing up? Because ain't no publicity in that, ain't no coverage in that, because we don't really want them to. They go show up when it's police because they can make money. People go donate. They go be in the public spotlight. It ain't that we don't care about each other, killing each other, but it's like black people so accepting, right? Look how people just were so excited that they painted Black Lives Matters on the street. We was excited. Oh my God, the white people
and that money they used for that shit could have been used for something else.
That's what I'm saying. We don't need police reform or none of that shit, right? We need resources to help us get out of poverty, right? Because the police, just because it say serve and protect on the side of the car, police don't fight crime. They respond to crime, right? They respond after the shit happens. So it's up to us. Like, I don't need a police to do shit for me. I've never called the police to sell when those 5 women broke in my house and tore my shit up. But I don't call the police for anything, because by the time they get here, it's over, right? I ain't out here trying to kill nobody, but some of the reasons why these people killing each other because they fighting over nothing because they ain't got nothing. We don't need more money to go to the police to teach them nothing because teaching them what that's gonna do. And we need to bring our people out of poverty and into a better state. Like the bullshit they teach, right? I'm gonna just y'all. If people feel how they want to feel, people want to say, "Oh, black people was kings and queens." No, the fuck they wasn't. If y'all do y'all research, we was never kings and queens. Black people has always been slaves every fucking where we was at. Everywhere you do your research, we were slaves everywhere. Even in Egypt, we were slaves. So this slavery shit ain't nothing new to us. But the problem is we accepting of any fucking thing. They give us an inch, we be so happy, right? A while we was talking about reparations, right? We like reparations to fix this. They painted some shit on the street, and now we excited. Oh my God, every city got Black Lives Matter. It's like, no, we gotta stop letting people like Black Lives Matter come in, show up when the police kill somebody, right? Because if the police don't kill nobody the rest of this year, we ain't gonna hear from Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna hear from these motherfuckers. So we need to stop saying when Jay-Z, when Oprah and them go step up. Fuck Jay-Z and Oprah and them. They got their money. They straight. They comfortable. They ain't gotta fight the same shit we doing.
See what Dave Chappelle said?
That's what I'm saying, right? Some people can see it and some people can't. It ain't no one person gonna stand up and get us out of this bullshit. Ain't no Black Lives Matter movement because every now and then there's some leader come out. You know, the real leaders got smoked. Malcolm X, right? Martin Luther King, they gone. Ain't no more of that shit. Ain't nobody willing to put their life out there. And Black Lives Matter show up like a band-aid. When some shit happen, oh my God, they killed a black person, let's do this. But if they were so serious, right, when something like a mistake happened with Breonna Taylor, that shit got swept under the rug. But because George Floyd shit was standing on his neck, they want to show up.
And those police officers for Breonna Taylor still ain't been charged yet, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Black Lives Matter. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
We like 50. We like 50 days in. No charge.
My thing is this: when all this die down and 2020 over, Black Lives Matter. We all know what's going on in Chicago and probably in New York and LA with black people. When is Black Lives Matter? When we gonna hold them accountable? Step in with those resources. Help us out of here. No, instead of people want to go on TV, Spike Lee them and shit, making movies, Chirac, they make a joke out of us. Because we accept any fucking thing. Like anybody can step out and say, I'm gonna be the next black leader. Dr. Umar Johnson, dude was trying to come out with the school. I don't know if the nigga was bullshitting or not, but people jumped on that man. He fake, he this. But we'll jump on some invisible as, like you said, Black Lives Matter started by 2 Jewish people. You know what I'm saying? And look at the word Jewish. That's like blackish. You know what I'm saying? Jewish people started. We don't even know who the real people is. Like,
listen, on everything, like I've been telling people, like I love people, Homo sapien, everybody, all us. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like you said with the slavery, like stop giving them fucking credit for shit that you giving all of them. You give everybody the credit, but who motherfucking deserve it? Like, and even if you did come from ancestors who was kings and queens, motherfucker, all us don't got them ancestors. So it's like, when you gonna accept that? But with the Black Lives Matter, like, my take, besides the fact with the Jewish men that I said, like, think back to Trayvon Martin. And motherfuckers got mad. Like, Trayvon Martin was getting killed all over Florida way before he made the news. And he didn't even get killed by a police. But that's when you start hearing that shit come about. If he would have been on the other side of Dade County, away from the beaches, that shit wouldn't even made the news, George Zimmerman or not. So it's like, come on, think like you let them. We gonna say we woke, but when we really gonna wake up? Like, you gotta get out the bed.
Motherfuckers is sleep. Motherfuckers is sleepwalking.
Sleepwalking, and just like Bree, when I was telling you Dion before everybody came, Bree, she said the exact words. Like, think about what she said about her son and how she got to worry about that short distance with her. I don't have that. My son ride to work with my mom. He ride to school with my mama. My mama teacher at his school. Not saying that a school shooter couldn't come to Franklin County and happen, but that ain't what we got. You know what I'm saying? That ain't my son. The fucking deputy is my son football and baseball coach. They have that relationship. They have that community involved. So it's like you got to focus on your community and what needs to change and what needs to progress in your community, so that when this shit happen on a national standpoint, your community can step in and say, okay, here are our leaders who got us changed. This is what we're gonna do for your community to get you on the right path, to get y'all some change. Because it ain't gonna, you ain't finna change all 50 of these motherfucking states this year. Last year, the last death, nobody, that shit, and just with the police thing, like I said, it'd be black police, white police, they all fucked up in a certain way because they niggas are out the street that decided, well, shit, I'm finna go, some of them been got bullied their whole fucking life in life. Oh, I'm finna go get a badge. Like Boosie said, without the badge, you a bitch, cause you a regular ass nigga just like me. You don't want to learn cause niggas need to be out here learning they code, they city codes. They need to be out here learning the Constitution, and motherfuckers need to be applying the Constitution to what's modern day life. Because that motherfucker say if the government
I got a question for y'all. I got a question for y'all, right? And so I say this all the time, Dion. You know, when something happen and people be on Facebook, pray for my city and this, and I be like, they sound dumb as hell, right? So if you in a fucked up situation that you can't change, what do? You
Get out of it.
So all these people that's living in these situations, right? And people say, well, I can't leave. But I'm like, dude, I got kids, right? We grew up in Chicago our whole life. Before I had any child, I made the decision and was like, look, Dion, y'all, we grew up around this badass neighborhood. My whole family for 6 generations lived on this same block. I cannot do it to my children. I moved to Wisconsin. I went up there. The shit was like a little Chicago. I'm like, I can't do it. I got to show my kids something better. My wife just asked my daughter today, was like, do you know what, if somebody call you a nigger is? She was like, no, but I hear when my daddy talk to his friends, he be saying like nigger, right? And she didn't even know what it was. My wife was like, what if somebody call you a nigger with an ER? And she was like, what is that? Like, because I'll shelter her from it. She's too young. I don't want to tell her about it yet because she's still young. But that's what I'm saying. Like, we grew up in the bullshit. Our parents grew up in the bullshit. Now we just keep perpetuating the cycle of doing the same shit. And that's what I'm saying. Black people have all, now don't let them fool y'all with that king and queen shit. Black people have always been fucking slaves. Trace the history back. Everywhere we've been, because we accept any fucking thing, like anything. And we can't galvanize because it's too many of us over here like, oh, well, God go fix this and this go do this. I ain't got nothing against the church God and none of that, but I don't believe in God like the church say. I believe it's a creator, but not how the church say. Because if I gotta die to get heaven, I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it. And that's what I'm saying. We gotta stop accepting any old thing. Black Lives Matter, Farrakhan them stepping out when they want to and saying this, and then it's like Black and My Lives Matter sing like a game, the Muslims sing like a game. Which game you in? It's like all that shit. It's like that's why the people on the outside like Black Lives Matter almost like the Ku Klux Klan. Like y'all just show up sometime. Like what happens when we in the hood and somebody get killed? We like, come on, Black Lives Matter. Like get these resources in here. Like you say.
And then they ain't fucking with the Klan because that being from it, them motherfuckers gonna let you know. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. Do you hear me? They just took the flag down in Mississippi. Them bitches still was at Southern Miss Sunday morning, just like every motherfucking Sunday morning. Like that flag was still waving up there, bitch. Real talk. The Klan don't give a fuck. So
Black
like,
Lives Matter wanted. They wanted to be like the Black Panthers, but they not. They just not. And I'm okay if they come out and say, look, we ain't here for all that. We here for the police brutality. Let us know what you clearly here for, and we know what to expect.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's why I'm confused like a motherfucker, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
If people donated what, 13 million to George Floyd now? Imagine how much Black Lives Matter them received.
Exactly.
They don't even throw a parade. Shit.
I feel like it should be structured. Okay, like talking about making everything the issue. Okay, if we gonna look at it like systematic inequality, then that's something that we need to focus on as a whole. But we also need to make sure we focus on these, like you said, resources, getting people out of poverty. They always want to blame black. It's more white people on welfare than anything, but motherfuckers don't want to talk about that.
80 million,
you know
80 million.
Like, so it's like stop trying to use like the police killed black people. The police they just so happen that black people always make the news. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. I'm not saying that is right,
They
but I
put
just
it
feel
out
like
there.
it's always a nigga on the news for somebody getting killed by the police, robbing a jewelry store. The nigga always on the news. So you know what I'm saying? And that became it's a money making tool. You know what I'm saying? But it's like as the black community. For Black Lives to Matter to us, we need to use their money. If they give it to us for real, their money need to be going into making sure that motherfuckers is not going to jail for a dime bag of weed. Motherfuckers is not going to jail for goddamn fucking violating parole. He been out of jail for 10 years and pissed dirty one time back in jail. Like, we need to be focused on real issues that's holding us down. Get money into the communities. Funding, like they talking about sending out my son at his school, they talking about sending them back to school because it ain't enough people with Wi-Fi to do a distance learning.
And I know we got to wrap this up, so this is gonna be my last point, right? Not Black Lives Matter, right? Not Farrakhan, not none of these motherfuckers, right? Right in our own, the crooks is sitting right in our face. Your mama and them, your grandma and them go to the church and donate millions. And they don't show up never. You can't even throw a free funeral. Dude, look, my mama died in 2015. She went to this church faithfully. I watched her get her money to them every fucking Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday. My mama died. I flew from Arizona back home. The church told me they couldn't do the funeral because they gonna be busy on that day. Mom been going to church for 10 years. Then the man told me he need $4,000 if she do a funeral there because he got to pay for expenses. I said, Mom been a member here 10 years. You know how much money she donated? The church a joke. They don't step out here and do nothing for the communities or nothing. And we probably don't, but our parents and grandparents and great-grandparents, they gave them money. And that's, again, we don't hold them accountable either. They show up when they want to. They take donations every week, billions of dollars. They ain't built shit in your community, not a damn thing.
That's a whole nother conversation for me. So
that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna keep my mouth though, but
Well,
you're right.
As I always say, a motherfucker know how to end the show. On that note, y'all be sure to hit that subscribe button. Y'all be sure to hit that notification bell. Y'all got any questions, any comments, the email as well as the phone numbers below. You can send us a text. You can send us an email. Thank y'all for watching. Share this video with your friends, family, colleagues, church members, your golfing buddies. It don't even matter, man. Holla at us.
All day, money, power, respect, 3 the hard way.